association with Safe Express. The engaging opening sessions were followed up by a leadership track on creating a digital thread through your supply chain and use it to drive results and unlock value.
Of course, Amazon is at a different level of supply chain. So somebody asked Jeff Bezos that, what's going to change in next 10 years and how you are going to address it. So Jeff said that, I can tell you what's not going to change in next 10 years. So he says that no customer will come to me and say that, hey Jeff, I love Amazon, but I will pay more price, or I am okay with a higher lead time. So in a supply chain is all about the availability and affordability. And if we are some of the D2C company, then it is accessibility. So basics of supply chain are same, were same, and will remain same.
So coming to this point, basically one, of course, we have all talked about is the efficiency which we have to drive, and how digitization is actually helping the organization to drive efficiency. But there are many other dimensions also which are part of, which are basically the driving force behind digitization. So I think I can divide this whole thing into 4 parts. First is, of course, the most important thing for any organization, which is service. So customer is the center point here, and service basically means that how you are able to reach the customer on time, every time he demands the product. So you are able to provide a particular service level to the sales team or to the customer. The service level could be different for different organizations. It could be, say, an FMCG company would want to operate at a 99% service level, maybe a L&T kind of an organization where customer may be willing to wait for the product, their service level could be slightly different.
Data is the new currency for supply chain, and which I totally agree, because ultimately all these projects depend on that. We have as a tool implementer or as a supply chain planning tool company, we run into these data issues almost all our projects. There are times when the project's timeline is, say, 6 months. For example, for a demand planning, forecasting, implementation project, the original timeline will be 6 months, but then it takes about 4 or 5 months to get good data. And then there's a whole delay. This happens every project. And the main reason for that is, until people go on this digital transformation, whether it's in terms of ERP implementation or your supply chain planning or TMS modules or whatever you call, right? People, the planners or the organization will use only the data that they require.
Previously, it was good enough for a customer to be happy and we are minimizing our overall costs. But that's not enough anymore in this world. So sustainability becomes very key in this environment. Ensuring that we are minimizing the carbon emissions, for example. Ensuring that we are able to minimize the wastage and the yields become more and more important. And that's where technology comes into play.
In today's day and age of instant payments, instant gratification, most consumers and businesses expect their deliveries to reach them instantaneously. As that need increases, there's a complex bunch of AI and technologies that are used in the back end to make the delivery reach to you in 10 minutes. There are companies that do 10 minutes. There are companies that deliver instantaneously to you, or in the same day or next week. But fundamentally, all of that requires a lot of technology in the back.
One of the challenges, of course, we see in the industry right now is the lack of willingness to change. So what I talk about with that is, I always say there's a saying like, if you only focus on results, you will not change. But if you change, you will find results. And I think when you look at how you deploy that with the kids of, that's coming into the industry, they see that change is needed. But if the leadership is not willing to see that change is something they're willing to take on, they have difficulties to keep people onboarded.
Next up was the procurement track with elite panelists discussing embracing next generation digital and cognitive procurement equals to change management.
When we talk about cognitive procurement, first of all, what is procurement? Procurement 1.0, wherein we use some basic automation. Procurement 2.0, when we used the data which is coming from this, we try to analyze the data. And the Procurement 3.0, wherein we are talking about how we can align the business, how we can align the revenue growth, how we can align to the new product strategy and procurement department.
So I think gone are the days, I think precisely 2 decades back, when procurement used to only talk about cost saving. But I think eventually all of us have learned that cost saving without quality, without product innovation does not sell off. So it may get you achieve that primary target, but it will be very short-lived. Your operation team, user team, project team will be after you very soon if you are not able to deliver them this solution. Second point, which I think is very, very critical, is becoming a strategic advisor to the business.
Yes.
If your procurement strategy is here and the business wants to grow, business strategy is here, you will be at the snail pace and not be able to help to collaborate well with the business.
Training the people was a big task, and it's not about training only the procurement people. All the stakeholders that are involved, the business has to be there, the procurement team has to be there, senior leadership team. Apart from this, the bringing vendors on board was and is still a big task. People are not ready to move to the platform. They don't want to register themselves. They think that when inquiry aayegi, then only we will see. Which is not, which we cannot do, because later it's going to take that much time. So support from management, that mostly when we are implementing such a big system and there's a lot of cost involved, so that comes in. But bringing everyone onto the platform and giving them trainings on a regular basis. Because as Vinay mentioned initially, procurement 1.0, 2.0 and moving further, the skill set requires are entirely different.
Mapple's Map My India presents 14th Express Logistics and Supply Chain Conclave in association with Safe Express, Platinum Partner, Oracle, Logistics Partner, DP World, Gold Partners, Pando, 3SC, Creating Value, Lodha Industrial and Logistics Park, G Trophy, Silver Partners, TCI Supply Chain, FM Logistics, Verdis, Bronze Partner, NL Green Power, Blue Yonder, conceived and managed by Kamikaze.